Life's a funny thing, isn't it? It seems like just the other day I was talking about how none of the movies in the upcoming Marvel Phase 4 lineup seem particularly interesting or exciting to me. Oh wait, it was just the other day. Jesus, how much have I been drinking?
My first thought would be a lot.
Anyway, one of the biggest entries in my don't give a fuck list was The Eternals, a movie about a bunch of comic book characters that I'd never heard of before, starring a bunch of people I don't care about, with absolutely no sense of personality, intrigue, or anticipation. But wouldn't you know it, yesterday the first trailer finally dropped, and all of my concerns were immediately confirmed. Say what you want about the quality and predictability of Marvel movies these days, I know I have, but one thing they've always known how to do is slap together a fucking good trailer. I mean, damn, they managed to make Age of Ultron look like a masterpiece in the making, and we all know how that one turned out. But Jesus, this trailer was without doubt a 127-second cure for insomnia, telling us practically nothing about what this movie's about, who the antagonist is, what the stakes are, who the characters are, what anyone wants, or what the fucking film's even about. And if this is emblematic of the movie itself, then shit, man, Marvel could be staring down the barrel of their first actual flop.
Are you serious?
Anyway, I guess I better try to make some kind of sense of this. The trailer begins with some long, tedious shots of a desolate shoreline, accompanied by The End of the World by Skeeter Davis. Subtle stuff, Marvel. Anyway, a bunch of cavemen. Whoops, that's the gender exclusive term right there. I guess I should check my privilege. Cave people are messing around in their village, doing whatever cave people do of an afternoon, when a giant space triangle suddenly decloaks in the sky overhead. What's an exciting ship design right there? Truly, this just screams intrigue and excitement to me. Anyway, Robb Stark is up on the bridge, standing around and thinking about how lucky he was to bail out of Game of Thrones before it got shit, when a random lady walks up for a quick chat.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Not really, love. It looks pretty fucking boring to me. Cut to a quick shot of Angelina Jolie and Salma Hayek to remind the audience that they are in fact in this movie, but all I could think in this moment was, damn, how come Angelina is like 10 years younger than Salma, but somehow manages to look 10 years older? Anyway, the gist here is that the Eternals are some kind of immortal guardians that have been guiding and influencing the development of humanity for thousands of years, inspiring technological and cultural developments that have carried us from the Stone Age to the Industrial Revolution. Each one of them's got a specific skill or whatever, like warriors or inventors or magicians, that they use to benefit the others.
Throughout the years, we have never interfered.
What? Seriously, I really think you should have taken a step back from this one and considered the implications here. I mean, you've just openly admitted to directly influencing the entire course of human evolution for thousands of years. What the fuck do you think that is, if not interference? It's like that time that I got my mate, Crazy Dave, so drunk that he tried to climb the wall using just his lips. Then I handed him his car keys and told him he needed to get home right now because his girlfriend was cheating on him. Yeah, don't worry, officer, I didn't interfere in his night out in the slightest. Not that you can prove, anyway. Also, are you really telling me that you love humanity so much that you just decided to sit back and chill during the multiple extinction level events that have played out in the MCU timeline alone? Like, were you just scratching your arses when Loki opened that portal to the Chitauri homeworld over New York? Or Ultron was about to drop a city from orbit to wipe out humanity? Or Thanos wiped out half the life in the universe? Fucking great bunch of heroes right there. Can't wait to throw my hopes behind them. Anyway, I guess something real bad must be happening now, because then old Selma decides the Eternals are gonna start helping out for the first time in 7,000 years. Yay! And I guess they all decide to pose for a publicity shot on the beach because they're standing there in the most obviously staged formation since the girl power moment in Endgame. What's an absolute yawn fest this trailer was. There was absolutely nothing here to get me even remotely excited about this movie. It all came across as flat, dull, low energy and crushingly boring, like even the actors couldn't be arsed with it. Which is pretty surprising considering most of them are a bunch of absolute nobodies that should be, well, eternally grateful to have gotten this gig. The other problem that jumped out at me, particularly in that final shot, is how fucking many of them are in this film. I mean, it's always a struggle to balance a big ensemble movie with lots of central characters. The Avengers understood this fact all too well, which is why all the main players got their own films to establish their backgrounds and personalities first, before throwing them into the mix together. When Tony's deep-seated resentment made him act like a dickhead towards Cap, or Thor proved to be an unpredictable loose cannon who acted without giving a shit about the rest of the team, you totally understood why they were doing it, because you knew the experiences and history that had shaped them into who they were. In short, you already had a strong sense of their personalities and motivations before the movie even started. Unfortunately, the Eternals don't have that luxury. This movie has the daunting task of trying to introduce and establish no less than 10 characters, which tells me one of two things. Either the story will revolve around 2 or 3 core characters, with the rest of them reduced to one-note blank slates orbiting around the periphery, or the movie will stretch out into some tedious 3-hour epic that nobody in their right mind would want to sit through. Neither option is particularly good, and if you need an example of a movie that tried to throw together a big ensemble cast for the first time, then I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, Justice League. For me, it all adds up to a big ball of nothing. A drab, lifeless kind of movie about a bunch of drab, lifeless characters awkwardly retconned into an increasingly convoluted MCU with the most flimsy of excuses for their previous lack of involvement. The fact that it's taken Marvel so long to reluctantly shit out this trailer also tells me that they don't have a whole lot of faith in it either. And if they're not excited about this film, then I'm certainly not gonna bust a gut over it, and I don't imagine many other people will either. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now!